I don't think I could ever go on that show. One, they're too big. I would just die. Like I would just, you need to like match. But then they're so good at matching at your level.
Yeah, that's true. We want we want
like,
all the juicy
real reason, you know?
get vulnerable with us, you know?
Yeah.
Do you think a show like Love After Divorce season 3 could be produced by an American? Welcome to the Asian Soup Podcast. This is your co-host Jules.
And this is your co-host Rox.
The Asian Soup Podcast is your cozy space on the internet where we share and discover stories about one another.
We chat about a range of topics, some serious and some not so serious.
Come sit with us
and get
nourished.
How's it going?
Not bad, not bad. How are you?
Good.
Let's talk about some TV shows and stuff like that.
We've been obsessed about recently.
Okay. So it was so random when you messaged me yesterday about PSICK Show.
Yeah.
Or I guess in English it would be PSICK
Show. Yeah.
PSICK Show or
I thought
PSICK
it was just
University.
like sick, you know, like sick.
Probably.
But then when he said it's like PSICK Show.
Yeah. In Korean it's PSICK, like PSICK Show.
Yeah.
PSICK Show. I'm also obsessed, and I was just really surprised when you messaged me yesterday and you were like, oh, I'm obsessed with this show. Like, it's so funny.
Yeah.
And I thought, really? Like, I thought it would be more funny for like a Korean speaking audience. So I found it really interesting that you found it funny.
Yeah.
How did you find out about PSICK Show? And what do you find so funny about it? And for anyone who doesn't know what PSICK Show is, can you quickly explain to our audience what PSICK Show is?
Okay. So PSICK Show is like a YouTube hosted talk show or interview show, and it's hosted by 3 comedians and they are hilarious. And the main guy is called Daniel, then you got Kenneth, and then you got Jung something. I can't say his name, I'm sorry. They have a guest each time usually, but I think when I was digging through their YouTube they had other like older videos and skits and stuff, so I haven't explored it enough. The
PSICK Show is like one part of their big YouTube channel.
Right.
So their main thing I think is actually skits and the acting.
Oh my God, that's so funny.
Yeah.
So like I think I came across it on TikTok, and there was a couple of guests that I know of. Like I think the recent one was Somi.
Oh, yeah.
The girl who's famous for her Tectonic song recently.
Oh, okay.
And then another one was obviously like RM from BTS.
Yeah, he was.
So that was a big one. So yeah, when I watched those two, I was just like, I saw a few reels and I was like, how is this so funny? Like, how is this so funny? And then they are speaking English. So and there's also subtitles for when they're speaking Korean, but it's just so funny. They're just so silly and they're so non-serious, or they pretend to be serious but they're not. Like, it's just really, I don't know, it's just shit I laugh at, you know. And it's so easy.
Yeah.
They don't take themselves seriously, and the way they get their guests involved in the silliness is really funny as well. Because just the questions they ask them it's so funny, and it's not like a normal talk show.
It's unique.
It's very unique. And then they also have like sponsors, and in the middle they have funny ads. I'm like, what the hell is going on? It's just ridiculous. I was like, how is this real?
Like, they teach Korean.
Yeah.
But it's like all weird Korean as well.
And there was this other ad the other day I saw in the middle of the show, and Daniel had like this wig on, and it was like he was a woman. He was like dressed up as a woman. I don't know what's going on, but it's my new obsession. I'm trying to like catch up with older episodes when I have some free time, like chill time. I think today I just watched like the Daniel Caesar one.
Oh yeah, that was good.
That was funny. And then they're just, even if I don't know who they're interviewing, I'm starting to watch those as well. I'm like, I don't know who this guy is, but there's a lot of views. Let's try.
Interesting.
Yeah.
That's so interesting.
Just their humor is, I think, so amazing.
Yeah. I really feel like they're going to blow up even more. They've already blown up. But if it can reach to a Korean speaking audience as well, I think that's really, really special.
I thought that was their goal in a way. Not their goal, but like, you know how they at the beginning they're like, hey, say hi to our global audience.
And yeah.
But then they said it was like 10% global, maybe. I don't remember what they said, but
do you want to do a little clip to say a message to PSICK PSICK University?
Hey, PSICK Show. Just wanted to say thank you for making me laugh. You have a new fan from Sydney, and we're from the same area where Daniel,
I went to the same primary school as you, and he was looking for his fellow friend, and I almost wanted to like help him.
Like, I'm here.
Find his long lost best friend, but I think we would have been in the same school at the same time.
Yeah, I don't know. So you guys are just next level funny, and you're just killing it. So congrats and keep going.
Congrats.
When did you start watching them, and did you always know who they were? Like,
I think
what were they famous for first? Or
got to know them more through PSICK. Oh no, have you seen them do Peaches?
No, I haven't.
Yeah,
but I need to watch it.
That's where I first discovered them, and I watched it like 10 times, and I was like, this is so confusing. Like, their acting is so good that I didn't know if they were serious or a joke. Yeah. But obviously now you know they were acting. But they play these characters.
They're so good at acting jokey. Like, I would not be able to do a skit like that. You know, they're professional.
They're really good at playing their own specific role. And it just seems so real, and it's like this weird like kind of humor where the acting is just so good, and you know that it's all written by them as well, and they're just amazing. But yeah, Peaches is how I found them, and then
so a couple years ago maybe,
and then I sort of started watching them more through PSICK Show, and it's just so funny. Like, every time they drop an episode, I'm like, oh my God, I have to watch it. And I love all the people that they choose to have on the show as well. Yeah. So I get so excited. Like,
do you know most of them as well?
I think I know most of them.
Oh, that's so cool.
Yeah.
And you know, quite a few of them that I've watched so far, they've said that these people don't usually or some of these guests don't usually go on talk shows, or some of these guests like keep a low profile, but they choose to go on PSICK Show because it's so different and so funny. Yeah. And like, it seems like a really fun experience for the guests. Yeah. As well.
I know, right? Imagine.
I don't know. They're just like next level.
Hope we can go on the show one day.
Oh my God. I don't think I could ever go on that show because, one, they're too big.
They're too big.
But I would just die. Like, I would just... I don't know. I don't know if you need to like match. But then they're so good at matching at your level.
Yeah, that's true. They're different. They're different to each
guest. Yeah. They really adjust. Yeah. So, yeah, it's really natural.
What about Dumbfounded? Fun with Dumb.
Fun with Dumb. Yeah. I like Fun with Dumb, but only when people I like are on it, or I'll like watch their shorter reels, because I love the girl I don't even know her name. Yeah, she's cool, but yeah, I haven't gotten into it that much. I don't know why, but I've only watched the recent Love After Divorce full episode. Yes. I watched Dumbfounded full episode.
We watched that episode on TV.
Yeah, me too. And then just by myself because Sim doesn't watch it. But in the end, when Jerome was like, oh no.
Wait, spoiler. Wait, no, is there a spoiler?
No spoiler. But in the end, Jerome on Dumbfounded show, podcast show, but it's also on YouTube, he was like, oh, it's already over. And I was like, oh yeah, why is it already over? Like that, I wanted more in that episode. But
like, you mean the podcast episode?
The podcast episode, because I was like, oh.
I could have watched
They could have kept talking about more in that episode about Love After Divorce.
Yeah. Because there were so many things that we didn't know about that they shared.
And then I felt like Dewey was really quiet in the Dumbfounded show. This is such a niche episode because people will only listen if they like into these shows.
Should we put in a little bit of context for anyone? Okay. So Love After Divorce is this Netflix show that got aired a few months ago, season 3 on Netflix. Season 1 and 2.
Finale just finished like a couple weeks ago.
Yeah. And maybe like 9-8 episodes. It's not that long.
It's not that long.
But each episode's very long. It's like over an hour.
Over an hour.
Love it.
Yeah, like, but I want to watch every moment. Like,
Yeah.
I don't want to miss a moment.
Me too.
Like, if I go to the kitchen to get something,
You'll rewind?
I'll pause it and I'll be like, oh, go toilet or go kitchen to get
so
like
good.
a drink. And I'm like, okay, I'm back.
So season 3, it's with a bunch of kyopo, which means like Korean people who live outside of Korea.
Yeah, yeah.
You call them kyopo.
Yeah.
And these people,
Basically
they're based
in America.
They're based in America, but Korean background. And the title of the show is called Love After Divorce because it's a group of divorcees who are looking for a second chance in love.
Yeah.
And they live in same house
like
for
a big house,
a week. And every night,
at least 5 days or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And every night they reveal a piece of information about themselves.
Yeah.
So the first night, I think they revealed
reason for divorce.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I cried like a baby in that episode. Yeah. Another one was age.
Yeah.
Another one was
location.
What region?
Yeah, location.
Location.
Like where they live.
Where they live.
US is so big. Like one person could be in New York and one person could be in LA.
Which is like so many hours
ages away.
Flight apart. Yeah.
Any kids? That was the last reveal.
Mm-hmm.
Work.
Occupation. Yeah. But kids was the last one. Kids was the last one. And it was really interesting because it's like a Korean TV show, but about American Koreans or Korean Americans.
Well, season 1 and 2 was Korean, and I tried to dig that up on YouTube, but I couldn't find the full episodes. But it was quite different.
I think it's very different.
So different. But same concept, still 5 days, still revealing info, divorcees, but Korean.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, this one was on Netflix, season 3.
Mm-hmm.
It was just so good.
Yeah. You know what was really interesting? My cousin from Canada, she was telling me that Koreans didn't find it as interesting.
Maybe because we're Asian Aussie.
Yeah.
Yeah. We can, I don't know, kind of relate to them in a way.
Of course, because like it's the whole... And we have to mention that they're all speaking in Korean as well.
Oh, yeah. You have to read the subtitles.
Which is so weird.
But sometimes they break into English moments because they are...
That's their natural language.
Yeah, yeah. And it's also the type of Korean show where there's a few hosts that react to it. So kind of like, Singles Inferno, there's like hosts that like react and they're the panel and they're watching while you're watching and they're reacting while you're reacting. So you kind of feel like this. Well, I'm not watching it with my partner. So I'm like, oh my God, like...
You're watching it with them,
you get their real reactions and it's like so funny.
Yeah, yeah.
You feel the same.
Yeah. Yeah. So what did you really think was different about this show?
Well, I think what interests me, it just definitely just popped up probably from my algorithm, and it was new. But I think after watching a few K-dramas recently and getting into it really like earlier this year, I found that sometimes there's storylines where a divorced woman is really looked down upon in Korean culture.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know what that's like in reality. Do you know what I mean? Like, I'm not Korean and I don't live in Korea. I don't know any friends in Korea. So I just thought it was like really sad for like that added pressure from society. Yeah. So I felt like the topic in general, like, oh, love after divorce, I wonder what it is. Like, it just interested me.
Yeah.
And from the first episode, not much happened in the first episode. Like, you met the people, which is exciting.
Yeah.
But I was just hooked straight away. I just wanted to watch more.
Yeah.
And the location was cool. They were in Cancun. I don't know. And it also felt like such a real situation for a divorced person wanting to find love again. And in general, Korean dating shows or this kind of dating show, I feel like I just don't like those trashy Western ones because they're just like making out and being gross on the first date. And it's like, dude, like that's not real. Like, I don't know, that it could be real for some people, but it is just, you don't really get to know the person authentically. They're always dressed in like tight dresses and heels. So now I'm complaining about normal dating shows, but this one, it's like
trashy.
Yeah, they're just trashy and like they're just, it's so sexual. I don't know, it's just like so sexual, the Western ones. But this one is like, people are just dressed as, like they're dressed nice. Like the girls try, but it's just more real. Yeah, to me. Yeah. How about you?
Okay, I love dating shows. Like I love Singles Inferno.
Yeah, love that.
And what other dating shows? Like I like
That was the best recently.
Singles Inferno. Yeah, that's the only one that comes to my mind at the moment.
Yeah.
But, everyone's super beautiful on that show,
Yeah, true.
right?
Yeah.
Whereas Singles Inferno, I think I just love that everyone came with a story.
Yeah.
And yeah, you just know they're not these perfect people. And it's just so inspiring to see like these people put themselves out there and try something that's really out of their comfort zone. And a lot of them haven't dated in a while and stuff like that. And I think also what was different was that it was a group of Korean American people on a Korean show. That dynamic is just so interesting. And that could literally just be me on the show. Like, I'm not a divorcee, but like, you know what I mean? Like, if I were
totally, like, I don't know. I started when I got really into it. I was like, I'm not divorced and I don't want to be divorced, but somehow I feel so much for them. Do you know what I mean? I just really want the best for them.
Yeah.
Didn't
you feel like they were so relatable because especially okay, I guess we'll talk about our favorites soon, but like especially the ones that have been living that are a little bit more Americanized.
Yeah.
I felt like that is us.
Yeah.
That is us, but in American shape.
Yeah. And honestly, like divorce happens to people and I don't know why, but it's just it seems more serious than just a breakup and you're single again.
Oh, yeah.
It's like they tried that marriage thing and it didn't work out and now they had to pick themselves up and try again.
Who were your favorite characters and which moments did you like love?
I really like Benita and Jerome and Sora. I think they're my three favorites. Everyone else was like, I felt for them at different moments, but like consistently, I think, yeah, those few. How about you? And Ricky. Ricky seems like a really nice guy. Yeah. How about you?
I think I really liked Harim in the beginning.
Okay.
Because after she shared her story, I could really just sort of see how hard it was for her, and
because her
really
reason
brave.
was the religion.
Yeah,
her ex-husband.
Yeah,
she didn't mesh with that religion, and it just didn't work out.
Yeah, and I really liked how she reflected back like on her divorce, and you could just tell that she's really grown from that experience, and the way she shared it was just, I don't know, I bawled my eyes out.
Really?
Yeah.
So I cried. I think I cried for Sora.
Oh, I cried for Sora.
Yeah, I cried for Sora. I think that was the main one I cried for. That seemed pretty sad.
I know which scene, the bit where she breaks down, right?
Yeah. At the dinner table.
Oh, I was thinking.
I was crying at the dinner table.
After the basketball scene and then she breaks down.
Yeah, no. I was crying like in the first episode when she shared the reason for divorce and she was saying how her ex-husband had verbally abused her and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. Hadim, I really like Ricky. And then Benita and Jerome really grew on me, like in the second half of when they lived together. Really? They really grew on me then.
Oh, I liked them from the start in some way.
Did you want them to end up together?
I didn't know what would happen, but because Jerome was into Benita, I was like, I hope she realizes like how much he likes her. But she was hard to get. Yeah. So I think because Jerome was eating TV dinners. In his home. Yeah. And I was just like, oh, so sad. Like he left the entertainment industry, like he started his own career, but he's just he said he was like a good uncle, like he loves his nieces and nephews, and I was like,
you know his ex-wife is really famous.
Oh yeah, apparently.
She's really, really famous now.
And I was like, oh, it'd be nice if he could have his own family for himself. I don't know. Don't even know him, But I thought Benita was really stylish, and because her family works has a clothing company or something, I was like, yeah, she's stylish. But yeah,
and you're like fashion textile person too. Yeah. So they were my favorite, and I think my favorite scene was when Benita and Jerome they're dyeing his hair.
Oh yeah. The dye comes down.
That bit just
I was like, how did she not see that?
Oh my gosh.
How did she not see the dye?
I think she said something along the lines of like she thought that it wouldn't stain. Like it would just swipe off.
Still,
Yeah.
I would still want to just wipe it off a little bit.
Oh,
So funny. Oh my
That's
God.
so funny.
And meeting the parents the next day. Okay, let's be hypothetical, right? Like, if you were divorced, and just pretend,
I'm divorced.
just pretend
It
one
happened.
day you were divorced, and you had to go on a to after divorce Australia version, and say it's like 5-10 years later, and because we don't even know if you have a kid or not. Should we make you have a kid or not?
Yeah, I have a kid.
To make you have one kid.
You can do whatever you like.
You have one kid.
Okay, I've got one kid.
And you still live in Sydney.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, those things like location, child, like all those 5 things.
Yeah.
What do you think is the most important
Oh, okay.
for you? If you had a kid and
Okay. So there's location,
career,
job, number of children,
age.
Do we say location?
Oh, reason for divorce.
Oh, reason for divorce.
Yeah.
Oh, they're all so good.
Yeah.
Like they're all so important, right?
Yeah, it's definitely a bit of everything.
Yeah, but you said it's 5 years, so I'll be like 30, 39. So, even if I met like a 50-year-old, I guess age is, doesn't matter too much, I guess, because I'm already younger. Yeah, that's okay. That's,
okay.
I think with age, it's like you don't want to be with someone too old at that point.
Yeah.
Because like you might only have like
a few
10,
years together.
10, 15 years. Because like, like our bodies are more prone to diseases and stuff like that when we're older. So I'm going to put age lower though. Okay, I'm going to bring the age down because I'm the old one. At that, not old,
people
but
that
older
they
one.
Would put on the show would be like around a decent age. I don't think they would.
That's true.
Put
like an 80-year-old. Yeah. That's true.
Like it can't be too far off.
Yeah, that's true. And Jerome was older, but the
oldest was Jerome and he was 47.
And he felt so young.
Yeah.
See, age didn't matter. Age didn't matter. Okay. Yeah. So I would say location is pretty important. Yeah. Like if they lived in, for us, it'll be Perth, right?
Yeah.
Oh, so far away. Yeah. You're so far away. Like I have to fly to you.
Yeah. And you have a kid. And if you had a kid, in 5 years, they'd be around 5.
Yeah.
We're saying so.
That's true. Okay. Okay. But honestly, for me, I feel like I'm not too attached to where I am. So I'm also going to bring location down. Okay. I will move for you.
Okay.
I will move for you. So I'm going to lower it down, but it will sit above age.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I put occupation as third.
Okay.
And then second one.
There was a reason for divorce.
Oh, yeah. I think reason for divorce is pretty important as well.
Okay. Yeah.
Maybe that's like 3.
Okay, that's 3. And then location.
2. Location's like maybe 4. And then what number of children? Maybe it's like that. Number of children's first. Number 1.
Yeah.
Because I can't be with you if you have 3 kids. I don't know. Yeah. It's just too many.
Totally. Like that's what I thought as well.
Kids?
I think kids is number 1. Because
What's yours?
Kids first as well. Because if I had a kid, I feel... Okay, I don't have a kid, but if I had a kid, say I had 1 kid, right? Say we're both the same person.
Yeah.
Okay. 1 kid. I feel like I would want someone also with 1 kid in a way, because then they would understand me and they'd be able to like just understand and empathize. Yeah. And it's not like they have too many. Like 1 or 2 is okay, right? But if they have 3 kids, like that's, I don't know if I could do that unless 1 kid was a lot older and we don't really need to fully take care of them in a way.
Yeah.
And then there's 2 little kids that can play with my kid.
Yeah.
Then that's cool. But you know what? If I don't have a kid and I'm 39 and divorced, I'd probably be fine with someone having kids because then it could be my opportunity to be like a mother figure. Like, because I didn't have a kid and I probably won't be able to have a kid. I'll have 39 is pretty, like some women have kids at 40 plus, but it's hard. So,
okay.
But still like kids is very important, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a whole other human humans that come into the picture.
It's not just, fun dating times.
And it makes everything more complex, like how you raise them
and how their relationship is like with their ex-wife and how they raise the kid.
That was so complicated.
So,
because you're going to have to keep seeing your ex-wife.
Yeah, they'd have to do drop-offs and birthday parties. Like, it'd be good if everyone was chill. for sure, but obviously there's still some awkwardness there.
Yeah, not easy. What about your number 2, 3, 4, and 5?
I think location is still important.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, I would move for someone, but I do really love Sydney. Like, I don't know, my family's here, like my friends are here. I think it'd be really hard if they're really far away, you know? If it's Melbourne and it's another big city, I'm fine. But if it's very different, then I don't know.
Plus,
especially if I had a kid and,
yeah,
you know, my job and everything.
We're in the bigger city.
Yeah.
So
they can move
might.
To us.
Yeah, they can move to us.
Yeah, true. Age like you, yeah, it's more about the person.
Yeah.
By that stage.
Reason for divorce?
Reason for divorce is important because I think it shows a lot about that person.
For sure.
And sometimes in some of the reasons in love after divorce, I was like, you're not being transparent enough. That's not, like, I don't get it, you know? Especially when the reasons, I think some of the guys said, oh, personality clash, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, dude.
Too vague.
Yeah, too vague. Like, you should really be dating this person for a while first. Like, I don't know. Like, I'm sure, like, divorces happen, right? But then it's like, personality clash.
Yeah,
like,
that's...
Would you not have known that earlier? Like, but I don't blame someone like Sora, right? Because that wasn't really a personality clash. Like, but some of the reasonings were like, oh, yeah, just like... we grew apart and so, like I get that can happen, but it's just a bit like, did something happen? Or...
Yeah, like you want more.
Yeah, I feel like
I thought personality clash was a bit too vague.
Yeah,
and I like it when the reason for divorce has some portion of self-reflection in there.
Yeah,
like, oh, part of it was also me. Like, you don't have to be self-detrimenting.
Yeah. It's two
enough,
people.
To acknowledge what you've learned from that experience as well, rather than like victimizing yourself and saying, I don't know,
it's that person's fault.
I don't think anyone did that.
That's true.
But yeah, we just want more. We want all the juicy
real reason. You know,
get vulnerable with us. You know.
Yeah.
Something that I thought was really cool is that everyone on the show is like Korean American. And I felt like I've never felt, even though I'm not a divorcee, but I've never felt as seen. Did you feel that as well?
Well, I felt it, but I think for you it would feel even more because you're Korean Aussie. Whereas for me, I still don't understand the language, so I'm still like an outsider.
Yeah.
But sure, like the Asian culture I can relate to.
Yeah.
Like Asian Aussie, yeah.
Yeah, I think it's also like being seen by the Korean audience in Korea as well. Because, you know, usually in Korea, they make content or create dramas and movies about like the Korean experience in Korea.
Yeah.
But having a whole show based on like the American or Korean American or, you know, that kyopo experience, it felt very special and you feel, as I said, seen. Do you feel like there's going to be more shows like this in the future?
I hope so.
Do you reckon the world has an appetite for it?
I hope so. Like, I have an appetite for it. I would like to see more of it. And PSICK Show. It's just...
fun with them.
Yeah, I just think... because I'm new to the Korean media or culture, I feel like it's just so nice, like, to just realize, like... you don't have to always watch American shows and that you can connect with a totally different culture. I don't even know that I have to read the subtitles, but it's still so entertaining and it, like, I can still relate to it in some way. I don't know. It's entertaining. It's a really good time for like another country to get some spotlight, you know? It's just more diverse, more stories, more things to learn. It's just better.
I agree. I totally agree. And for me, I've grown up watching Korean TV and watching Western media at the same time.
Yeah.
You know, side by side. But I would consume one on TV.
Yeah.
And I consume the other one through a VCR tape. Is that what you call them? Like a videotape.
Yeah. I did that with Chinese shows.
Yeah. So I feel like a lot of us Asian Australians grew up with that, right?
Yeah.
Like we had...
watch it with your parents.
Yeah. it's still media, but we consumed it differently.
Yeah, yeah.
But then now it's getting more and more blended.
Yeah.
And it's really cool to see that what I used to watch on, you know, in those videotapes is now something that I can talk about with my colleagues and with anyone.
Yeah.
And I think that's really, really cool.
Yeah.
And I also love that, you know, the big blockbuster movies and TV shows don't have to come from Hollywood anymore.
Yeah.
It's not just through that Hollywood American lens. Now, you know, even a small country that just, you know, is coming out of, well, they apparently are still in war, but like it's a really small little country with a group of, like, I see them as like a really mighty bunch of people. That's how I see Korean people.
Yeah, they are.
Could create some, you know, so much interesting, you know, content and stories that actually transcend to other cultures and other languages as well. To me, that's really, really cool.
I think it's really important too, because as, I don't know, as Asian Aussies or as Asians, it's just like, there's just more perspectives and more options and more, you just, I don't know. It opens, like, even with Love After Divorce, it's like learning that divorce is a bit more taboo in Korea. It's like, I wouldn't know that, you know. But I don't know why it touched me in a way, you know.
Do you think a show like Love After Divorce season 3 could be produced by an American company? Or do you think it's...
They asked that in Fun with Dumb.
Oh, did they? What was...
I thought they did.
It has to... I think they said, would you go out on like an American show?
Yeah.
And they said no.
Yeah. I guess because in Western culture, being divorced isn't that big of a deal. So then it would somehow turn into another trashy dating show probably. Actually, I don't know if that's true, because I saw there was a show on like Channel 10 or Channel 7 that I watched earlier this year, and it was a show for like 50 plus men and women, and they also lived in a house, and they were Aussie, and they were trying to find love, and they went on little dates as well. So I actually was really into that. And they had kids that were like 18 and stuff. They were pretty old.
Oh, cool.
They were like 50 plus 60, and it wasn't that trashy.
Okay.
So I lie. I watched that too, and it was really entertaining.
But it wasn't like, would never be just Asian Australians.
It was all mostly 90% white people.
Yeah.
On the Aussie show.
And an Australian company would never do a TV show strictly about Asian Australians. Can you imagine that?
I know. But I feel like if they did do that, it would be nicer next time to have like a bit of more of a mix.
Yeah.
But it wouldn't be strictly Asian.
That's the thing. TV is just so behind with this.
Yeah.
The only sort of people who could create like a Love After Divorce type of show, if it wasn't Love After Divorce, is actually people like us, I think.
Yeah.
Like Asian Australian people, like making content like in their spare time and like building something and creating a show with...
Yeah.
You know, but it's so hard because it's like you don't want to be exclusive either.
Yeah.
That's why Love After Divorce is so unique, because it's like a Korean show, you know, so they're kind of allowed to do
America.
that.
Yeah,
it's like, oh, we're just doing it in America. So there's no like
restrictions
or like racism or anything. I don't know.
Yeah. But I think it was hard for like, say, Dewey, because he was more Korean, and then Jisoo wanted someone who was more Korean American.
Oh yeah, in the middle. Yeah. Let's get nourished.
So today we have a instant packet almond Chinese sweet soup, which is similar to the black sesame one we tried before, but I actually haven't tried this flavor. Yeah, it's white-ish, creamy colored. And we were just saying that almond flavor is, I don't know, it's just sweeter than, almond doesn't seem like this to me.
Whenever almonds like turn into powder form, it just turns into its own
completely
little
different
beast.
thing. Yeah, and in Hong Kong they like almond cookies and stuff as well. And that to me, I'm like, how did they? There's like almond meal or almond powder. I'm like, it tastes good, but it's really powdery and sweet.
Yeah,
I'm like, I wonder. Anyways, it's very different to just eating almonds. You know, it tastes different to what it smells to me. When I smell it, it seems really almondy, but when I
It tastes really almondy to me. It's got this like strong, like pointy taste at the end. Do you know what I mean? It's like pointy at the end.
Yeah, okay. It is really almondy. But it's a hot one, so yeah, very cozy.
Well, guys, thanks for listening till the end. I know we wrapped up like 5 times and then I'm so surprised we had so much to say about TV shows.
Yeah.
Because I didn't think this could be a hot topic for us.
Yeah.
We talk about it, but like in side chats maybe, but not so much like I didn't think it could be a whole fleshy thing.
Episode. Yeah.
Yeah.
We only really talked about 2 shows in this episode.
Yeah.
I remember when Singles Inferno was out.
Yeah.
We wanted to do an episode for it, but we felt like it was too late. But
honestly, I don't know if you guys could tell, but we're very relaxed.
Yeah.
We're very relaxed season 2. We're like, just try our best. Let's have fun, you know?
Yeah.
So talk about TV shows? Yep.
Yeah.
We'll do it. Totally do it.
Yeah. Cool.
Well, thanks for listening.
Thank you.
We'll see you in the next one.
See ya. Bye.